Lot of confusion about correct nutrition and what to eat, what not to eat. Actually, who advises an accountant, a agricultural so-called scientist, or a uneducated naturopath, or a godman? Not people from medical fraternity. And why people easily accept these advices? Because medical fraternity is geared up to treat diseases, process of disease, pathogenesis, how to identify, doing research to bring newer molecules, these things. Pharma companies are geared up for researching, developing newer molecules, and declaring older molecules of no use, even if they are useful also, because people also want expensive drugs. This is what happens. And when it comes to nutrition, nutrition is the foundation for human life. After all, we all do our job and work, professions, education, everything is just to survive, just to live. You have to eat to live. Eat right things to live healthy. What are the basic findings of nutrition? Rule number one, you should eat your native genetic nutrition. What is a native genetic nutrition? Means millions of years, which area you belong to, what are your native habits in your family, in your generation, that is your food. It is like putting a correct amount of soil mixture for a plant root structure, foundation for life and health. Number two, there is a tendency for adoption, adoption of new habits, because human being wants to learn new things. It is very easy to tell somebody, if you eat this, this will happen, or if you do this, this will happen. Unfortunately, that is not true. Now I'll tell you the third point, why medical fraternity is failing. Now I'll tell you, even a senior diabetologist, if you go to him with some borderline diabetes or even increased blood sugar, he'll first say, stop rice, eat rotis, chapatis, because its glycemic index is slightly better. Its glycemic load is better than rice. Accepted. But you are a gluten sensitive population. The 90% of Indian populations are gluten sensitive population. The moment your gluten, the protein substances in your cereals, especially wheat, oats, etc., they all go cause tremendous malabsorption syndrome in your stomach. All your micronutrients don't get absorbed. That is the foundation for disease. I asked my senior colleagues, what should be the combination of fatty acids with respect to monounsaturated fatty acids, polyunsaturated fatty acids, saturated fats, and omega-3 fatty acids? They didn't know. Lot of medical professionals, they should not be blamed because nutrition as a major subject, it is not taught in medical colleges. Now, a lot of young medical graduates come to me along with their parents or somebody. I ask them, what should be the quantity of oil per person per month? No idea. Some of them still believe that groundnuts and most of the nuts have cholesterol. What a pathetic situation. It's so unfortunate. People don't understand cholesterols are basically animal fats. They don't exist in vegetable kingdom. Milk products, ghee, butter, all non-vegetarian dishes, they have some amount of cholesterol. And cholesterol is not an enemy to human body. Dietary cholesterol is very important. Simply we are dumping tablets and tablets and tablets. And there are medical people believe that there is a gross difference between rice, wheat, jawar, bajra, that is pearl millet, all the cereals. I am very sorry to tell you, every cereal, 1 gram gives 4 kilocalories of energy. There is no difference. Marginal differences because of their fiber content and protein content and other ingredients. For example, if you see millets, most of them have phytates, phytic acids, oxalates, and also more fiber, more little bit of more calcium. All these are actually anti-nutrients. You're thinking by eating millets you're going to become a King Kong. I am sorry. Government also made mistakes, given Padma Shri to promoters of millets. You don't understand. Millets are only supplementary diet when your major cereals like rice and wheat are not available or not affordable by people. For example, in Andhra Pradesh itself, in the Rayalaseema area, Kadapa, Kurnool, Anantapur, why people ate millets? Because rice was not growing properly because of lack of water. In fact, kings had to procure rice from other districts like Guntur and Nellore and other areas. This doesn't tell you that rice is worse than millets. It is not. Japan, China, Indonesia, Thailand, most of the Asian countries, African countries, your 60% of the world's basic staple food is rice. But already I told you, some people, they all advised, they have in fact infiltrated the population with wrong ideas, influential diets. Why? Because medical fraternity failed. I want to take proper classes for our medical colleagues on what is the basic nutrition, applied nutrition, genomic nutrition, sports nutrition. So this is very important. You will be amazed the amount of followers all these people have is phenomenal. People, especially NRIs. If any NRI they see from US, he says, I am following this diet, this is correct, then whole India will follow. We think that NRIs in US and other countries, they are more educated, they are more evolved than us. Absolutely not. They can get influenced very easily. Let us see the statistics. Who are the people who suffer from heart disease and other diseases? In US, it is Indians who settled there. Why? We are all Dravidians, 90% of population. They are all Aryans. Now imagine these Dravidians think just by staying in US or by born in US, you can become or your genes will change into Aryan genes. It is not. Genetic mutations in human beings take thousands of years. We don't change so easily. So our people staying there, they think they are Americans and they start eating their food and ultimately die of heart disease, intestinal disorders. Remember, the foundation of disease is your intestine, your gut. If your gut is healthy, you can live long. All the people who lived more than 100 years, who had no complications of the stomach, who had no constipation, no gas, no acidity. Why? Because all the food they ate, it is suitable to their body. So, what is the take home message? Read up your nutrition, try to learn more, and bombard all these quacks who are trying to invade medical fraternities area. Doctors do need to study not only those new drugs, new regimes, or bigger hospitals, or how rich one can be, but you need to upgrade. And nutrition is a raw area because we don't know what is oil content. We don't know what is the correct amount of how many calories from fat, how many calories from proteins and carbohydrates required for a sedentary man, for an active man, for an athlete. For a weight management, what strategy of the nutrition has to be done? People think if you do yoga and you run, you'll reduce your weight. Absolutely wrong. So long your nutrition is not corrected, you cannot reduce your weight. So this is the problem areas. Think